crew or individual that enters a World Cup or World Rowing event leaves with a ranking. That means that in the A final they're contesting for places 1 to 6, in the B final from places 7 to 12, C final places 13 to 18, and so on. So now the first race up for the afternoon session is the AB semi-final for the women's pairs. First 3 will go through to the A final, and the remaining 3 will go through to the B final. So in lane 1 here we have representing Croatia, Carla and Marcela Milosevic. In lane 2 representing China 1, Zhang Min and Miao Tian. In lane 3 representing Great Britain, current world and Olympic champions Helen Glover and Heather Stanning. In lane 4 representing the USA, Megan Calmo and Kerry Simmons. In lane 5 representing New Zealand, Grace Prendergast and Kerry Gowler. And completing the field in lane 6 representing Australia, Molly Goodman and Genevieve Horton.
Signore e signori, ci siamo davvero, mi sembra quasi di essere sul palco di Sanremo per annunciare il cantante, anzi no, una gara di canottaggio, questa semifinale per la finale A e B del 2 senza femminile. Croazia in acqua 1, Cina in acqua 2, Gran Bretagna in acqua 3, Stati Uniti in acqua 4, Nuova Zelanda in acqua 5, Australia in acqua 6.
So this is going to be a really interesting race as we pit the world champions Helen Glover and Heather Stanning of Great Britain against the silver medalist at the World Championships last year in lane 4, Megan Calmo and Kerry Simmons. So lots of reckoning to take place on the water, particularly in this race. It is just getting underway up at the start, and we'll be with you shortly with the latest on the positions. But I can tell you that, in fact, the fastest boat in the heats was in fact the New Zealand boat in lane 5. They were particularly quick in the heats, and they were also world champions last year in the women's 4.
Grandi numeri, grandi nomi in questa regata, la Gran Bretagna che schiera l'equipaggio più forte in acqua 3, attenzione alle campionesse del mondo, ma in acqua 4 le vice campionesse del mondo degli Stati Uniti vorranno sicuramente rifarsi. Sarà quindi ancora una volta tanta carne al fuoco tra medagliati mondiali, campioni e vice campioni del mondo in questa semifinale per le prime 3 posizioni all'accesso in finale A.
Crews are now well underway, so let's hand over to Robert and Marco to find out the latest and indeed who's leading.
Thanks very much indeed, Peter. Yes, a very warm welcome to the afternoon programme here on the 3rd day of racing at the Varese round of the World Cup. Looking forward to some great semi-final action on the water, and then to finish up the para-rowing finals, and the first medals of the regatta will be awarded later in the competition. So the reigning European, world and indeed Olympic champions Helen Glover and Heather Stanning making the pace in this first AB semi-final, where the first 3 across the line will qualify for tomorrow's A final and a chance at the medals. The best of the rest in predictable fashion, it was the other faster qualifiers, Megan Calmo and Kerry Simmons of the USA, silver medalist behind Britain at last year's World Championships in Amsterdam. And 3rd place, well, pretty close between Prendergast and Gowler of New Zealand, the current under-23 world champions, with the Chinese in lane 2, bronze medalists out of the 4, also looking to make a show.
Buon pomeriggio a tutti, carissimi amici, carissime amiche della Schirana, buon pomeriggio e benvenuti alle semifinali delle specialità olimpiche. Iniziamo dal 2 senza femminile con questa bellissima gara che vede naturalmente protagoniste le campionesse d'Europa, del mondo, oro alle Olimpiadi di Londra 2012. Le inglesi Helen Glover e Heather Stanning stanno comandando anche questa semifinale con un vantaggio pari quasi a un'imbarcazione sulle neozelandesi Prendergast e Gowler, campionesse mondiali under 23 in questa specialità, proprio i 1000, il primo posto per le Gran Bretagna, secondo per la Nuova Zelanda, terzo per le statunitensi Calmo e Simmons, poi in 4ª posizione vediamo passare le australiane Goodman e Horton.
Well, Marco has been giving you the news in the local language. There's been a great push by Prendergast and Gala for New Zealand. The under-23 athletes have pushed themselves through into second position ahead of the Americans. Pressure then on the Australians if they can come back and take a qualifying position. Goodman and Horton, who suffered the misfortune of having a capsize in yesterday's heats, managed to recoup themselves in the repechage, and here they are in the AB semi and challenging hard for a leading position. The athletes now approaching 1,250 metres, Glover and Stanning. Their coach Robin Williams coached them to perfection here, way out in front with a clear water lead. Let's get the latest news as the athletes approach the final quarter from our colleagues Marcus and Fabio.
750 meters to go. Glover standing, really pushing hard and increasing that lead over the rest of the field. And that's especially Calme and Simmons for the US. And that's Prendergast and Gowler for New Zealand. These are the three A finalists at the moment. But behind them, it's Australia and China trying to stay in the game here, but it's a considerable margin between place number 3 and place number 4, and the Chinese are coming through stronger and stronger, so the Australians have a lot of work to do. We're at the 1500, Glover and Stanning 2 lengths ahead of Prendergast and Gowler of New Zealand, and only a bow ball behind them. It's the US.
Splende il sole sul lago di Varese, splende il sole sull'equipaggio della Gran Bretagna. Glover e Stanning non si accontentano mai dopo le Olimpiadi, dopo i campionati del mondo, quelli europei di quest'anno. Adesso stanno conducendo questa semifinale. Ricordiamo le prime 3 imbarcazioni in finale, ma loro hanno già imposto il proprio ritmo. È una gara, una lotta a 2 per la seconda e la terza posizione, che vuol dire accesso in finale. Vediamo gli ultimi metri di questa emozionante regata.
300 meters to go. Impressive style. Glover and Stanning, the Olympic champions and world champions. They really show how to row that pair. 250 down to the line. New Zealand second, US third.
Coming into the last couple hundred meters now, and as you say, Marcus, domination by the world and Olympic champions Helen Glover and Heather Stanning, who have built themselves a significant lead out in front of the rest of the field, and current second place United States, shortly followed by New Zealand. So those are the 3 crews currently in position to go through to the A final, and behind them China could pull up and contend for a place if they can draw level with New Zealand.
Siamo in chiusura di questa prima semifinale del 2 senza femminile, le campionesse olimpiche all'esterno con i colori della Gran Bretagna, una accoppiata che conosce molto bene il lago di Varese. Erano qui anche prima della prima prova di Coppa del Mondo con gli attacchi degli Stati Uniti, all'interno la Nuova Zelanda. Sono queste le 3 nazioni che passeranno il turno e andranno in finale A.
Coming up to the line now, then, we are going to see the World and Olympic champions Helen Glover and Heather Stanning win this AB semi-final for the women's pairs, a length ahead of Megan Calmo and Kerry Simmons of the USA, who then in turn are ahead of Grace Prendergast and Kerry Gowler of New Zealand. So those 3 crews will progress to the A final for the women's pairs. Coming in short 4th there, Molly Goodman and Genevieve Horton of Australia, and Zhang Min and Miao Tian of China. They and the Croatian pair will progress through to the B final. We have the time in already for Great Britain here, which is 6:53.04, which is not quite on the world best time pace, but not far off.
Intanto sul traguardo non possiamo che confermare questo arrivo in volata della Gran Bretagna, prima per tutto il percorso, quindi una bellissima regata per la Gran Bretagna, al secondo posto gli Stati Uniti e per la terza posizione sono i colori della Nuova Zelanda.
So that time there set by Helen Glover and Heather Stanning, not quite a world best time, but it is a World Cup best time. So beating the previous World Cup best time of 6:56.27. Now, the next AB semi-final for the women's pairs is already underway and fast approaching the 1,000 meters. So let's go straight up the course. Robert and Marco.
Felice Muller and Eleanor Logan for the USA leading this race at the halfway mark, but the fight is so close for the next places. Second across the line looked to be the Polish Wiatkowska sisters over on the far side in lane one. Then came Rasmussen and Anderson for Denmark, narrowly back in fourth Kober and Lenetvu for France. Fifth currently, it's the second GB combination of Bennett and Chin, with Italians Patelli and Palma in sixth.
La situazione in 1000 metri della seconda semifinale del 2 senza femminile vede le statunitensi Mueller e Logan al comando, quindi gli Stati Uniti vogliono portare ben 2 equipaggi in finale. In seconda posizione Anna e Maria Wiertwerowska per la Polonia, in terza la Danimarca con Rasmussen e Andersen, quarte le francesi Kober e Lenetvu, quinte le inglesi Bennett e Chin, al sesto posto le nostre azzurre Alessandra Patelli e Gaia Palma. Si fa molto difficile la situazione per loro, anche se i distacchi tra gli equipaggi insomma sono ancora abbastanza contenuti.
Let's get the pairs now moving rapidly down towards the 1250 meters, and they come within sight of Marcus and Fabio.
Quite clear there. Miller and Logan for the United States in the lead. We have another clear leader in this second semi-final of the women's pair, but then it's close. Yes, it is close between Denmark and Poland for a second and a third. Poland was in second, but now Denmark has moved through again into second position, and still with the overlap, the French duo Kober and Lepovu, and we're just about to cross the mark at the 1500.
Gli Stati Uniti con Muller e Logan stanno provando a andare a raggiungere la Gran Bretagna nella finalissima. Sono loro che conducono, hanno già messo il proprio ritmo, le proprie pale, la propria imbarcazione davanti a tutti. In seconda posizione adesso la Danimarca in acqua 2, che ha superato di poco la Polonia, ma le posizioni sono veramente ristrette, tutte sul filo di lana a giocarsi le prime 3 posizioni, e può risalire anche la Francia, che attualmente è quarta. Le nostre Alessandra Patelli e Gaia Palma per ora in quinta, sesta posizione a lottare.
Poland, Denmark and France have met in the final of the European Championships. Fourth place for France, fifth for Denmark, sixth for Poland. And at the moment, it looks like France is not going to make it into the final, but we have 250 meters to go. And the French have taken up the rating there in the middle lane, and they want this place in the A final so desperately against Denmark and against Poland. Up to you, Peter.
France are absolutely going for it, aren't they, Marcus? They've lifted the rating up to 40 strokes a minute, doing all they can to reel in the Wiatkowska. Poland double over on the far side of the course. We're going to have to wait until they get to the line to tell which one of these two crews will be going through to the A final. As we said, only the first 3 go through to join the GB, USA and New Zealand combination we saw win the previous semi-final.
Una regata speciale, una regata che conferma che la scelta tecnica della nazionale americana è stata valida lo scorso anno. 4 di coppia, 8 per questa accoppiata, e qui invece che volano sulle acque del lago di Varese in 2 senza. Grande scelta tecnica per gli Stati Uniti, poi c'è la Francia con la Danimarca.
This is so tight between Poland and France coming up towards the line. France look like they may just have done it. They're just a nose ahead, and they take that third and last place through to the A final of the women's pairs. So the winners, they're United States in a time of 6:57.48, closely followed by Denmark and then France. Those 3 crews progressing through to the A final.
Sul traguardo la conferma che gli Stati Uniti hanno avuto il vantaggio assoluto. Bella vittoria per gli Stati Uniti al primo posto, al secondo posto è la Francia, per la terza posizione la Polonia è riuscita a passare.
Next race is already underway. This is the first AB semi-final